welcome. Let me get this taken care of. So, Hillary. So, we all know about Hillary's having a private server in, it was her bathroom. Why would you want your computer in your bathroom? But anyhow, newly released documents prove that she was 100% behind the Trump Russia hoax, that she paid for it, and it shows that Obama the FBI and the CIA to get involved. This is huge, people, because, if they now have proof that Hillary paid for the Steele dossier and that Obama directed. See, here's the deal. The CIA and FBI initially said that there was no proof that Russia had any connections with Donald Trump, and that there was no proof that Trump colluded with the Russians. They said there was no proof. Obama said, I'm not accepting that, and rejected the president's daily brief that said that, and instructed him to go back and find different information. So that's huge, because now it looks like that Brennan was the head of the CIA, and Clapper was the DNI, Director of National Intelligence. They colluded with Hillary to use the Steele dossier to churn a fake report, intelligence report, that said that Russia preferred Donald Trump to be president, when there's absolutely no proof that that is true. There's no proof that that's true. And so now our current DNI, Tulsi Gabbard, found reports stating the fact that Hillary paid for the Steele dossier, and that the Steele dossier was used to provide, I forget exactly how she worded it, but it basically means that there was a years-long attempted coup. And also I learned recently that the report that Tulsi has is the report they were looking for when they searched Mar-a-Lago last year. Wrap your head around that. When they searched Mar-a-Lago last year, they were looking for the report that Tulsi now has. This is huge, people. This is huge. Because now, not only did Tulsi refer people like Brennan and Clapper and others to the DOJ for prosecution. John Ratcliffe, the current head of the CIA, referred people for prosecution. And one of the people that he referred is the vice president of Soros Global, because there are emails that state that the vice president of Soros Global was in the middle of the conspiracy to overthrow the government. So he has been referred to the DOJ. Now, I initially thought that Pam Bondi is going to say that she's looking into it and not do anything, but then I recently found out that she gathered what's called a strike force, and a strike force will look at these issues and will uh, eventually impanel a grand jury and will refer people for prosecution. It's about time. You know, it wouldn't matter to me if Trump was a Republican or a Democrat. What they did to him was awful and atrocious. And if they can put some of these people in jail that did these awful things, you have to think about something. Never before in our history has there been a search of a former president's home where the FBI approved use of deadly force in the search of a president's home. There's never been in our country's history a case where they did that until they searched Mar-a-Lago last year looking for the report that Tulsi now has and Tulsi declassified, and they approved the use of deadly force, which means that if Trump or Melania or even Barron had resisted, they could have opened fire. Hey, Zach, welcome. We're talking about Hillary and Obama and how it connects to the raid on Mar-a-Lago. They found documents that actually prove that Hillary paid for the Steele dossier, and then Obama had the FBI and CIA use the Steele dossier to dig up dirt on Donald Trump and attempt to overthrow his presidency. They attempted a coup. It's all in papers, and thank goodness for Kash Patel. Kash Patel found a locked room at the FBI at the Hoover building, and when he locked it, got it unlocked, he found dozens and dozens of burn bags. And a burn bag is a bag that they put top secret info in after they've read it to be destroyed. But thank goodness it never got destroyed, because now we have proof that the following things happened: that Hillary paid for the Steele dossier, the CIA, there was two individuals that told Brennan, which was the head of the CIA, we don't do things like this. This is not good. We don't use this kind of stuff. And Brennan said, yeah, I know, and then used it anyhow. And they have all been referred to the DOJ for investigation and prosecution. And I hope they get them all. And it's not about revenge or retribution. It's showing them that when they do this kind of crap, that they'll be held accountable. You know what I mean, Zach? They have to be shown that there's consequences for their actions. And I have been waiting years to see Hillary be put in cuffs. She is just evil. She's just evil. And then they found documents proving that Obama was told that Trump was not affiliated with Russia and that he rejected that briefing and told them to go back and bring him back a briefing that proved it was. And that's when they brought the Steele dossier in. These people are all disgusting. To me, like I started to say earlier, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. Don't be stupid. Don't be underhanded. Don't try to overthrow the government. If your side loses, suck it up and move on. Oh, well, we don't like it that Trump won, so we will overthrow the government, which is basically what they tried to do. And everybody starts screaming about statute of limitations. Okay, so this is a conspiracy. The conspiracy doesn't end until the last issue. And they raided Mar-a-Lago last year looking for these documents that Tulsi has. That's in furtherance of the conspiracy. So that means the statute of limitations hasn't run. But Obama will have some fancy lawyer try to get him out of it. I just want to see him have to testify and answer for his actions. You know what I mean? Because Hillary has never been held to account for any of the wrong that she's done. She's never been held account. That's like Vince Foster was her aide. And they said he died of suicide, that he used a gun to unalive himself, and the gun was found in his right hand. Vince Foster was left-handed. He was left-handed. A left-handed person would not pick up a gun with their right hand. They would pick it up with their left hand. Just too much stuff that she's been involved with. Then there was the big Benghazi thing where she said, at this point, what difference does it make that 13 soldiers died? after that, she said that hate many people, but I have a true disdain for her because of it. Do all that we can to protect their lives. All right, that's what I got for y'all today. We'll be back tomorrow. Video keeps buffering. Hasn't been buffering on my end. Sorry, Zach. So that's what I got for you today, Zach. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time. Talk to you then. Take care. Bye. Um, this time, it's 10 o'clock my time. Well, it's 10:17. So that would be 12 o'clock your time tomorrow. All right. See you then. Take care.